Hi, welcome to inTruthNews. My name is Jolie Gonzalez Padilla, and I am your Hispanic conservative patriot. So happy you joined us. Stay tuned for more news.
The Viper here with inTruthNews, where truth is in the news. Got some things to share with you. Hold on and get ready for the ride.
I'm just loving Ana Paulina Luna, a great conservative leader. And on top of that, she's a Latina from Tampa Bay. Check her out.
To follow up on what Representative Crane had stated, we have the ability and at our disposal tools to find terrorists in caves in the Middle East that you can't find someone who planted a pipe bomb. That's pretty egregious, but we have evidence that the government really helped to cover up what was happening. And I will just point all of you to what happened at Oversight, where we actually questioned Twitter 1.0. We saw that under the Department of Homeland Security, CISA was actually working to not only suppress information, to include the president's statement to remain peaceful on January 6th. Remember how he said that? Yet it was nowhere on social media. It's because these outlets, whether it was Google, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're all working to suppress that information. But I wonder why. I wonder why they would want to do that. And it's because this president is truly a man that is outside of the D.C. control. And frankly, that's why every single person, I'm pretty sure up here, has endorsed him for re-election, and he's going to win in November. But I want to ask you all questions on whether or not you think that we should be charging someone like Hillary Clinton with insurrection, someone like Stacey Abrams with insurrection, because they all claim that they won elections. We know that Hillary Clinton was full of it. We know that because we saw what come out. In fact, you guys know that I all sent them over it. There was no evidence of Russia collusion. So I want to close with this. What we've seen happen in the last couple of years has already been depressing as a member of Congress to witness how much people here have actually used that lie, used that narrative, not just to smear President Trump, but to tear apart this country. But I do applaud what Representative Gates has done, and I will say is that those sociopaths that continue to push this lie, once we have this on the floor, if you continue to push this, you guys are all going to be guilty of breaching House privileges, okay? Because we're saying that it didn't happen. We have evidence to back it up. So just think on that for a little bit.
You go, girl. I'm telling you, I just love her because she is a strong, determined Latina, and she is doing what she was elected for. More importantly than even being a Latina, she is an American, and she's served in the military. And too many times we elect people just because they're making a lot of empty promises, but not Ana Paulina Luna, and certainly not our President Donald Trump. Our country was not founded by cowards or people that sold us out. Our country was founded on truth, on honor, and on courage, and we got to get back on track on that. This past week, the Supreme Court met to discuss removing President Donald Trump from the ballot, not only in the state of Colorado, but possibly in the nation. This is our democratic republic that we're talking about. I want to just share some of the things that happened this past week, not only with the Supreme Court, but also with the Nevada primary and caucus. Never Nikki. Check it out.
Justices hearing arguments on whether Colorado can ban him from its primary ballot. Liberal and conservative justices voicing shared skepticism during 3 hours of oral arguments.
I think that the question that you have to confront is why a single state should decide who gets to be president of the United States.
What about the idea that we should think about democracy, think about the right of the people to elect candidates of their choice?
Colorado State Supreme Court taking Trump off the ballot, pointing to the events of January 6th, alleging he violated Section 3 of the Constitution's 14th Amendment, which declares no one who has taken an oath to support the Constitution and then engaged in insurrection can hold public office afterwards. Even though Trump has described January 6th as beautiful, Trump's own lawyer forced to acknowledge the reality of what happened.
For an insurrection, there needs to be an organized, concerted effort to overthrow the government of the United States through violence. And this
So your point is that a chaotic effort to overthrow the government is not an insurrection?
No, we didn't concede that it's an effort to overthrow the government either, Justice Jackson. Right? None of these criteria were met. This was a riot. It was not an insurrection. The events were shameful, criminal, violent, all of those things, but it did not qualify as insurrection, as that term is used in Section 3.
Best interests of the United States to provide funds or
Justice Thomas? Justice Alito?
And suppose there's a country that proclaims again and again and again that the United States is its biggest enemy, and suppose that the President of the United States, for diplomatic reasons, think that it's in the best interests of the United States to provide funds or release funds so that they can be used by that country. Could a state determine that that person has given aid and comfort to the enemy and therefore keep that person off the ballot?
This court has never interpreted the aid and comfort language, which also is present in the treason clause. But commentators have suggested it's been rarely applied because treason prosecutions are so rare.
If you got to stay up to date in a quickly changing world, make sure you sign up for our newsletter, inTruthNews.com, where you can be kept up to date with all the latest information and news. And in this kind of world, you're going to need it.
This is it for right now, but let me give you a word of advice. Always know one thing in your heart, that God is always in control, and those who tell the truth and live by the truth will always be victorious in the end. You stay cool, you stay good, you stay peaceful, and know that God is with you in and all through this.